I knew the pain he was in. You know, that last year he was here, it wasn't Klay.
Draymond Green has finally revealed why Klay Thompson left the Golden State Warriors. Surprisingly, it wasn't about money or basketball. It all came down to one man who lost his way.
When he called, I knew the pain he was in. You know, that last year he was here, it wasn't Klay. Like, he didn't have his same joy. You know, he didn't have everything that made Klay, he didn't have. And so, in sitting back and watching your brother struggle like that, and I don't mean play, I mean struggle with what he feels about himself, what he feels about the situation. To me, that was hard.
Think about this for a moment. Klay Thompson, a four-time champion, one of the greatest shooters ever, a man who once scored 37 points in a single quarter, hit 14 three-pointers in a game, and scored 60 points in just 29 minutes, was someone even he didn't recognize anymore. Draymond Green, one of the toughest players in NBA history, someone who's thrown punches, yelled at coaches, and never backed down, is saying that watching Klay struggle was painful. Not because he missed shots, not because his speed slowed, but because he was losing himself. Klay Thompson was no longer Klay Thompson. This is the part no one talks about. This isn't about money or business decisions. It's about what happens to a man who gives everything to a team, fights through 2 major injuries, and suddenly feels like he doesn't even know himself. In a boardroom interview with Rich Kleiman, Draymond revealed the exact moment he realized Klay was leaving. When you hear the details, it's clear this wasn't a negotiation falling apart. It was Klay needing to escape.
Yeah. And so when he called me and said, Dre, I'm leaving, I was in the car with my wife and my kids, and when he first called, I said, this Klay, he about to tell me he leaving. And I answered the phone. And he said, Dre, I'm leaving. And I was like, man, where to? He's like, I'm going to Texas. And I was like, Texas? Which team? Houston? He's like, no, going to Dallas. And I was like, that's different for you. It was a landlocked city. Everybody know Klay love the water.
If you know Klay Thompson, you know he's a man who loves the water, so much that people call him Sea Captain Klay. He used to get to Warriors practices by boat. The ocean is his world. So think about this. He chose to move to Dallas, Texas, a city with no ocean in sight. That shows just how badly he wanted to leave Golden State. Here's what Klay told Draymond about why he had to make that move.
He was like, man, I just think I need something different, Dre. He was like, you know, I've been in California pretty much my whole life. I just want to go try something different. And I think Dallas would be a great way for me to try it. Still had an opportunity to compete for championships. You know, they got Luka, they got Kyrie. But I just think it's the right thing for me.
Before we look at what went wrong with the Warriors, you need to see what Klay Thompson gave up for his 4 championship rings. In Game 6 of the 2019 Finals against Toronto, Klay tore his ACL. Most players would have been carried off the court, but not Klay. He walked to the free throw line and made both shots like nothing happened. While rehabbing that knee, he ruptured his Achilles in a pickup game. He became the first player in NBA history to suffer both injuries without playing a single game in between. That's 941 days off the court, fighting to get back. Most players never fully return from an ACL tear, and many never recover from an Achilles injury at all. Klay came back from both, and in his first full season back, he helped the Warriors win the 2022 championship. So how did the Warriors reward him? Jordan Poole got $140 million. Andrew Wiggins got $109 million. Klay? Nothing. ESPN reported he felt disrespected, watching teammates with far less experience get massive contracts while he got ignored. The following summer, Draymond signed a 4-year, $100 million deal. Klay was offered just 2 years for $48 million, $24 million a year for a 4-time champion who gave his body to this team. Money wasn't really the problem. According to The Athletic, owner Joe Lacob used a cold, mostly silent approach. No calls, no meetings, just radio silence. Sources said Lacob expected Klay to be grateful for his previous max deal, the one he signed right after his ACL injury. By Christmas 2023, it was clear where Klay's mind was. Richard Jefferson ran into him, and Klay said straight up, "Tell him to pay me my money." As free agency approached, Klay even went golfing with Lacob, but his contract wasn't mentioned. The Warriors told him to wait while they pursued Paul George. A four-time champion had to wait while the team chased someone else. No official offer came in 2024. Sources told ESPN that Klay felt the organization was strategically pushing him out.
Now, in most cases, you'd be like, man, you sure, we could still do that? And I was just like, that's great. I'm so happy for you. Because no part of me wanted to try to talk him into staying, because I knew he needed that so much for him.
Think about what Draymond is saying here. As a competitor, his instinct would be to convince Klay to stay, to go after one more championship, to keep the team together. That's what most teammates would do. But Draymond saw something deeper, something the rest of us couldn't. He saw his brother struggling, not with his shot, not with his defense, but with who he had become as a person. And instead of thinking about himself or what Klay staying would mean for his own career, Draymond put his brother first.
Like, it was so much bigger than, man, I just want to finish with you guys and finish as a Warrior. He needed that for him.
Klay Thompson had to leave Golden State because staying there was taking away who he was. The joy was gone. His love for the game was fading. Everything that made Klay Thompson special was slipping away right before everyone's eyes.
And being a good brother, you got to see past yourself and our situation and what we got. And sometimes it's right, and I said 11 years, it's 12 years. Sometimes it's right to just support and move on and be like, you know what? Because this is the right thing for you, I can accept it and move forward with it. And that's what I had to do in that situation.